Hi everyone, my name is Michael Diaz, and today I'll be your instructor for this Lumen 5 AI video generation module and mini activity. Today I'm very excited to share a little more about Lumen 5, a new and exciting AI video generation resource that you all can use and potentially integrate within your classrooms and curriculum. It's very exciting, and I just want to lay out an outline for how this video will be structured today. First, I'm going to begin by sharing a few more details about what Lumen 5 is, how AI is integrated within this resource, and more of its capabilities. I'm going to move into sharing a little more about why using this type of AI and resources is important within classrooms and for your students. I'm then going to talk a little more about how these resources can transform the educational landscape and future implications. I'm going to talk about co-intelligence and really how it applies to a tool like Lumen 5. Next, I'm going to share a example of what your mini activity, what your video will look like at the end. So because I'm not an educator, because I'm not a faculty member, I went ahead and created my own AI video generated video on Lumen 5 based off my college experience. So it's all about me. I'm going to share that a little bit with you so that you can kind of just get a glance of what your video will look like once you complete this mini activity. Next, I'm going to move into a well-detailed step-by-step guide on how you will be completing this mini activity and creating your own exciting AI-generated video on your career journey thus far. Lastly, I'm going to close by explaining where you can submit your video and kind of get credit for completing this mini activity and completing this module. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Great. So, as you can see, I've navigated here to the Introduction to Lumen 5 and AI Visual Storytelling tab on our Canvas course. And so I want to begin by explaining a little more about what Lumen 5 is and its capabilities. To set the scene, I first want to start off by talking about why visuals are so important within the classroom. Now, visuals are becoming increasingly more popular and engaging, especially for our younger populations this day and age, right? You think about the digital natives, the gamers, the TikTokers, right? The content creators. Creating visuals and applying that within the classroom really allows for a lot of these complex ideas to stick with these students. So whether you're designing a lesson or summarizing research, a lot of these kids are actually more visually appealing learners. And so how do we kind of navigate this and kind of make this bridge with AI? So in this activity with Lumen, you'll be able to generate your own video and potentially integrate an activity like this within your classroom. But going back to why we're using this AI, it allows for more meaningful and compelling visuals that break down some more complex ideas, right? Allows more deeper communication. Using a tool like Lumen 5 is very quick. You can create a video in really like 10, 15 minutes. And in my case, it took me around 15 to 20 minutes to really iterate and get to a well-polished final product. But it provides another format in which students might be able to submit assignments in the future. And it's heavy on the storytelling, right? A lot of times it's difficult for some students to storytell within essay writing or creating presentations on an academic subject. This really allows for the creative freedom for students to have more options and choices to decide how they might want to express some of those ideas in their own way. Going back to this idea of co-intelligence, right? How is it involved specifically within a resource like Lumen AI? So in this case, Lumen acts as your creative partner, not a replacement. You provide the vision, you provide Lumen5 with a prompt about yourself, and then AI generates a draft of a video. It looks for images or videos online to include in your final product, but ultimately you remain in control. And I'll walk through this a lot more in our step-by-step guide, but ultimately you have the right and you have the space to edit your script at any time. You can pick and choose which images or videos you ultimately want to include in your final product. So in this sense, AI is really just your creative partner, and together you're making this wonderful video, which I'm really excited to see. Um, so learning use cases, right? So Lumen 5 allows for research or narratives to be transformed into media, visual media. Um, it allows for more expressive creativity and more freedom for students to express themselves and submit assignments um, in today's age. So some of the strengths. You don't need to be a design expert, right? You don't need to have experience in content creation or videography. I certainly don't, and I was able to make, still a really good video highlighting my college experience. And so it's very user friendly in that sense. It's great for experimenting with style and tone, but overall, it's such a great storytelling tool, and that's I think what makes it very compelling and the value that it can bring within your classrooms. So, with that being said, the next step in this video is going to be a glance at my final college experience video that I created using Lumen 5. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay, perfect. So as you can see here, I've navigated to my Lumen 5 account. I've logged in already, and this is my final college experience video that I created, like I said, in 15, 20 minutes. Um, so let's assume I polished it. It's at the point where I think it's a really good video. So what I'm going to do is just share this video with you. It's only 1 minute. We'll watch it together. And I'll just go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is you see this button here, preview. I'm going to go ahead and click it and allow the video to play. Awesome. So as you can see, that's a very simple example, right, of what the capabilities of using a tool like Lumen 5. It was a really quick example, but you can learn a lot about someone in as little as a 1 minute video. And so I think that's the beauty here, right? It goes back to the storytelling aspects of a tool like this, using AI for good in that sense. And yeah, so that was just a little bit about my story. Again, I'm not a video designer. I have zero experience with that, but I was able to create a video like this. And I'm really excited to learn a little more about you all and see your videos that you're ultimately going to submit on our Canvas course. So without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to a step-by-step walkthrough of how you all can complete this mini activity and your own career journey video. Okay, great. So moving on now to this step-by-step walkthrough. As you can see here, I've navigated to the step-by-step AI video creation with Lumen 5 page on our Canvas course. So here I'm going to go over the instructions for today's mini activity, which will allow you all to create your own career journey videos. Now, we know a little bit about Lumen5. In this activity, I want you to create a short video capturing your career journey experience. So I want you all to imagine, to get in the headspace, that you are starting a new academic year and you really want to kick things off with a fun and engaging icebreaker with your new class of students. So you decide to share a short video about your career journey, whether that's how you became an educator or a faculty member, so that your new students can get to know you a lot better and learn more about your path as an educator or faculty member. So, very exciting, very personal to you. I'm excited to share that when we are creating our Lumen5 video, you will actually have the opportunity to personalize it even more because you have the option of submitting or uploading your own images or photos that could be applied to your final video. So if you have videos or pictures of you in grad school when you got your Master's of Education, or if you have pictures or videos of you and classmates in your counseling program, or at your school, like as you know, in your current role right now, definitely feel free to incorporate those into your final video. I'll show you how to do that once we get to that step. It is optional though, but it would be a nice touch if you do want to personalize it a little more. Okay, so let's get started. The first step in creating your video is first going to the Lumen5 website and signing up and creating an account. So I linked the website to Lumen5 here. So you can go ahead and click this website, which will bring you over to here. So, obviously I already logged in. This is kind of the intro screen that you will be met with. So I want to give you the time to complete your account setup and come back to this video once that is done so. Okay, cool. So you all should have completed your account setup for Lumen5. Now, to create our new video, what we are going to do is we're going ahead and click on New Video here. And you'll be met with this Choose a Template screen. Just to keep it simple, I'm just going to go ahead and skip this for now. You can always go back and change this later. And then you'll see this Choose How to Get Started page. What we're going to do is we're going to select Text on Media. You see this box? So we'll click this, and this will allow us to copy and paste a video script that will be ultimately used in your final product. So let's take a pause here, and I'll allow you to catch up with me on this page. All right, perfect. So assuming you have met me now on the screen, what we're going to do is actually go back to the Canvas step-by-step guide. And I want you to see how we actually provided you with a video generation template to create or to simplify the process of creating a detailed video script. So what we're going to do is click on this hyperlink here. And once you do, it will take you to this Google document. And, depending on, your role, if you're an educator, you'll be using this video script. And if you're a faculty member, you'll be using this video script. So you can see on these different tabs. If you're an educator, navigate here. And so the next step in creating this video is copy and pasting this template into your Lumen5 video. So we're going to copy this. We're going to return back to the screen and simply paste this script. Now, as you can see, this is still a template. So what you will have to do is go back and fill out this information based off of your experience, your name, the school that you work at, your role, things like that. So once you've pasted this template into this box, go ahead now and work on adjusting that information based off of your personal experience and return to this video once you have done so. Perfect. So you all should have adjusted this template to fit your personal experience. For simplicity purposes, I'm just going to copy and paste this prompt that I used for my college journey video and paste it here so we can continue. And I'm just going to adjust the formatting a little bit. Perfect. So let's say I have fix this template to fit my experience. The next step here is to go ahead and click skip and use all content as is. This will allow us to maintain our original script in our final video. So go ahead and click this. Here you can see the video script that we provided is laid out fully for us. Now, if you'd like to take the time here, you could add any words to the script. You can delete any words. Going back to co-intelligence, you ultimately have the control to adjust your script how you see fit. Now, let's say my script is up to par, and I like the way it reads. What I'm going to do is go ahead and click on Guide Media on the bottom right. And it's going to take us to the media page. So I'm going to take a little break here, ensure that you're all with me. So please go ahead and meet me on the media page and come back to this video once that is complete. Perfect. Okay, so you all should be here on the media screen now with me. And what's really exciting here is this is where the magic happens, I like to say. So as you can see here, there's a first box that's labeled your uploaded media. So this is where you have the opportunity to personalize your video by uploading your own images or videos of you throughout your career journey. So feel free to go ahead and click this button and add your personalized images and videos to include in your final product. Now, I want to show you this option, which is the stock videos and images. If you're not going to provide some of your own images, this is where the AI really comes into play, right? So based off of the script that we provided, AI is going to take note of those keywords, those important words, and based off of our script, it's going to actively search online and recommend images and videos to include as part of your final career journey video. So as you can see here, there's certain keywords that are turned on and some that are not. So let's say club soccer team was a really important aspect of my career, or sorry, my college journey, but it's not actively searching for those videos. So I'm going to go ahead and click that on so the AI can start searching for those videos. So again, it allows that creativity, and ultimately you get to pick and choose what you want included into your final product. Now let's say my statistics course wasn't that important in my journey, so I'm gonna turn that off. I don't really need images or videos pertaining to statistics in my final product. So okay, it's looking good. Now let's say I like the images and the videos that are going to be included in the final product. It looks good to me. I had a chance to look it over. What we're going to do next is click Generate Video. So I'm going to click this, and it's going to provide me with a first introductory draft of my final video. So while this loads, please go ahead and complete the media page and come back to this video once you've generated your video. Perfect. So you all should have generated your video and are on this page now. So there's three key features that I'd really want you to take note of on Lumen 5 while you iterate and polish your final video. The first one is swapping designs. So let's say, you know, I don't really like the design of this slide. The video behind it is very blurred out. You can't really see what's happening in that video. So let's go ahead and click on swap design. What this will prompt is different options for how, this slide will be presented. So let's say I like this one better. It's a little clearer, but the words still stand out. I'm going to go ahead and select this one. You can go ahead and apply this to any slide in your final video. Let's click it here. Swap design. I like this one still. I'm going to swap that out. So please go ahead and interact with the swap design feature on any slides that you might want to switch the designs of. And please come back to this video once you've had time to do so. Perfect. Okay, so you've had time to explore the swap design feature. Now it's time to move on to our other feature, which is shuffle colors. So you see how this wording is white, but then there's a dark, blue background. Let's say I want to shuffle how that color appears. I'm going to click on shuffle colors here, and it's going to cycle through different options that I can select. I kind of like this one, but let's see. Ooh, I think I like that one better. So I'm going to stick with this one. Now I can do the same with all of these other slides. I can do it here, shuffle colors, and it just allows for more design creativity. You can do it here as well. So I want you all now to take the time and shuffle through some of the colors on your slides and see if you like the slides a little better in that way. So please come back to this video once you've had the time to explore the shuffle colors feature on Lumen 5. Perfect. Okay, so you've completed the shuffle colors feature. The last feature and the main feature, in my opinion, is the media gallery here. So let's say, my video is on my college journey, and this intro image has nothing to do with UC Berkeley. When I think of UC Berkeley, I think of our iconic bell tower called the Campanile. And so I want to swap that image out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this Campanile video or image and directly drag it over this image, and it's going to replace it instantly. Again, much creativity here. You ultimately get the final say in how your final product is going to be designed. So that's really cool. But I want to show you even further what is another cool feature about this media gallery. So let's say I want to swap out one of these images. So what I'm going to search up here is maybe something like this to envision me. So I'm going to drag this video and directly replace that image. So again, you can search up more images based on keywords. Like if I wanted to add more club soccer videos, I can type soccer, hit enter. It's going to directly show me those videos, and what I can do is I can click and drag to replace. So I want you all to take the time to explore the media gallery and replacing some of the images or videos as you see fit for your final product. Please come back once you've completed that. Okay, cool. So you've had the time to explore the media gallery and make any changes. Let's say now that your video is polished, you're really happy with the final product, and you're ready to submit this assignment and gain credit for completing this module and mini activity. If you want to review your video, you can go ahead and click preview here, and it will provide you with a with your video to watch. Cool. So, in order to submit this assignment, what you're going to do is once you have your final video ready, go on preview like we did and scroll down and copy and click this button, copy preview link. So it's copied already, and I'm ready to paste this into our discussion board to gain credit for completing this module. So once I copy my video link, I'm going to navigate back to our Canvas page, and under modules, under Lumen5, you'll see this share your career journey video here. I'm going to click on this discussion board, and here you'll be prompted to submit your career journey video link. So that is where I'll ultimately paste the link to my video. I'll include what prompt I used, and also how might this support a future lesson or a student project in your classroom. All right. Well, just like that, you've completed our mini activity using Lumen5. You've created your own career journey video, and I'm very excited to learn a little more about your career journeys. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you had fun completing this mini activity. I hope you can potentially think about integrating tools like this in your classroom and provide more visual assignments for your students. Thank you very much.